All right. Welcome everybody to another episode of me just learning Laravel. So right now I have established an outline because there's a lot of things I was just doing within my application that I didn't really have like bullet points or a certain. Well, I had a strategy, but it wasn't written down. Um, so now I just created just a markdown file, which is a list of things I want to get done in sequential order. I have my app running up. There was a couple of things that I've been doing um, within Laravel that I did behind the scenes or I didn't actually record. So I don't know what the last thing I was doing. I think at least within my last video, I was able to successfully show data from the posts, and I was trying to actually get the author's name of the post, and have a link to it, which I do have. And within my bullet point list, I wanted to create a link to a profile page on the post page, which I have done successfully. I wanted to create a profile page, which is the next step. And then after that, create all the other React pages for the post, because this is just the index page. So obviously we need like a page to just view the post and see the body of the post. Then we would need to have a way to edit the post, but then there needs to be some type of authorization in play. Like, am I the user, or am I authorized to be able to edit this post? I think that would probably be something far into that's not really going to be implemented into the edit or delete post page yet. Maybe I'll do the edit stuff and delete stuff, but without actually having any type of authorization yet. I do have a bullet point where I want to start implementing roles and add middleware for roles. So then once I have like the roles in place, I will try to create like some type of logic or permissions. So if you are the user, you can update or delete your post. Um, and if you're logged in, uh, and you have a certain role, like I'm just gonna have like basic roles at the moment, just like user, manager, admin. So if you're like an admin or a manager, you'd be redirected toward like the backend side to see like, I don't know, maybe the stats of what's happening within the application. And then as a user, you're probably just going to be redirected to like the front page of like whatever that's popular and stuff like that. But I'm getting too far ahead. Let's now, since we do have a link, the only issues I have with this is the fact that it's not really highlighting. It's in black, and I would love for it to be a different color. So I want to just do something very insignificant here and just make it blue, just to indicate, hey, this is actually a link. So just like I'm thinking they're using Tailwind to for these expressions, and I just started learning Tailwind. Did I learn it this year? And I was very resistant to Tailwind in terms of like I didn't want to learn another like class thing. It seemed like it was similar to Bootstrap, and I'm like, oh man, I know a lot of things about Bootstrap. They have like these classes to make it easier to do spacing and add coloring, or so why would I want to learn another, I guess, styling? What do I call it? Possibly call it a styling class. Um, but for anyone who has never used Tailwind, Tailwind is way more than that. They have the ability. Yes, you have like styling classes, so they have like these specific classes for changing the text or doing spacing or uh, you know I guess what's the word I'm looking for at this moment? Creating specific structure, responsive design structure within your components. But at the same time, you can get all of these different classes, and then you actually have a CSS file and put these different class names together to create this one just big class. Instead of just stuffing them all in the class name, you can actually create a name for the class, and then these will have, and then the class name could have be stuffed with all the different properties, or I guess styling that are from these different class names to just be this ultimate class. Maybe I should actually show that. I'm definitely going to create videos where I'm going to do like basic tutorials about stuff. Um, but that, I guess I'm getting a little bit too ahead of myself right now. So I do want to just do like text blue, like they're doing. Just grab the class name, put text blue within a link, and see it light up blue. Let's just structure it a little bit, save it. I might be able to just remove this, or uh, maybe I want to do it this way. Hold up, because I wanted to use users show, but there's no such thing as users show. Oh, okay, so it's lit up. But it's not really okay. It's fine. It's fine. You at least know the fact that. Oh, and another thing I'm doing is I'm actually I actually have it on scroll, infinite scroll. So another cool thing about Laravel at the moment, let me go to routes. No, it's not even in routes. It's actually in my post controller. Post controller, there's like an infinite scroll. Inertia allows you to do some type of infinite scroll. So you can just call this, use the facade of inertia as scroll, and it takes the value. Interesting. Value wrapper data. Interesting. So, well, this is a closure. It's an anonymous function, and then I'm calling the post method and including user just to pluck the ID. Another thing I need to do, actually, which is very interesting, I completely forgot about doing this, is I need to be. This will really take a little while. I think I want to select and just select the most important stuff. Oh, maybe I should post and then put like select. I'm sorry. Then with and have the ID. I guess you would do it in an array, wouldn't you? I think I know there's a select method, and I think you would just. I don't know if you had to do it within like that, and then you get the name. Let me. What other things were I was asking for? I wanted to get the ID, the user, and the title. That's all I needed, the ID and the title. Okay, let's see if that works. I don't know if you need to do it this way. Let's see if this will cause an error. Will it cause an error? Possibly. Let's check if I messed up. Cannot use in for ID and null. Well, wait. Let me see this. So I do get the ID. I do get the title, but this is null now. Maybe if I put user, it will work now. Let's try and see if that fixes it. It's taking its time. Whoa. Sheesh. See what's happening here. Clear this out. It's trying to reload. Oop. 500 internal service error. Maybe I should do this instead. I should put select after the width, and maybe that will make it work. Let's see if that will make it work. Let me look at this error here. It says cannot read properties. Reading post dot create. Okay, what the hell that's supposed to mean? I mean, I'm not using post dot create. Unknown column user and field list. Maybe, what if I put only here? Would that work? I think there's only. Wait, what does with only do? Let me see what with only does. Is this relations? Only. It seems like there's not a only. I swear, I thought there was a only. Call to undefined method. But now I need to ask. I guess I need to ask Google and Laravel. How do you? Or I guess I should put maybe an eloquent. How do you select a few columns in the model and also include relationships within the selection? I think that's a better way to like post select user ID. Oh, so that's what I gotta do? Dude, there's no such thing as only, so let's just put select and let's see if this works and I don't get any errors anymore. Taking its time. But now it should be cleaner, right? So now it just has the user ID, blah, blah, blah. The reason why I wanted to do that, it's like a good practice to only select the things that you need, as opposed to this, all the different columns that you're probably not going to use when you're retrieving data. So that's all the reason why I wanted to do that. So we got the post model to do infinite scroll. I've been talking so much. I also need to adjust this, but let's at least try to. What's the progress that I want to do? Create a profile page. So now I want to. Oh, this is a different location. So now I want to go to the pages and create a new directory called user. I call it users. I'm gonna call it user because majority of the time there's not going to be multiple users unless you're going to list it. And I want to create the profile page, which is going to be the show. I'm just going to call it. I go to, let me see, the web configuration. Here you can define the names of each type of controller endpoint. So the index, you just say user list to get all the users. And that's the same way when I did with posts. Because if you look at the index right here, I am actually calling these names that I created within the route web. So when I pretty much just say route edit or route post edit, it's going to go to the post controller and go to the edit method. There's nothing in here at the moment, but you get the point. Like once I actually add the business logic to like edit the post successfully, that's when you'll be able to, be able to edit and all this other type of stuff. In any case, so what am I doing here? What am I trying to do? Yes, so I'm trying to. This is I need always need some type of progress or bullet points. Create a profile page if it doesn't exist. Okay, which I don't. So I think the move at this moment is all right. I already create the user page, and I want to create all these other different pages. So I'm going to. I'm going to. Do I capitalize index? I think with all components you capitalize them. Right. So I want to at least create an index. I'm going to at least create index page on this show page, right? Maybe I should create all the pages right now. Yeah, you know what? I'll just do that. So I'll do an index.tsx and pretty much copy and just paste it, but just make it empty. So we're just going to grab these like so, uh, and grab this as well. And another thing I really need to do are adding the different types uh, within my. I need to start adding the different types because I have some types here that I'm using. I need to put them in the respective, either create new files for the types, so then I just can just like import them over instead of just just type them within there because that's very unorganized. Maybe I should put this in the progress thing. I think after I create, I think after I do every bullet point, every 3 bullet points, I should do some type of refactoring. I'll put like organize, refactor, organize code, and possibly do testing within the code because I haven't done testing in a while. I don't know because I guess with this web app, I'm just trying to get be familiar with a lot of the different features like events, broadcasting channels, using the proper authorization or security measures to make sure the app is good, that type of stuff. But I'm sort of down with the idea of just refactoring, organizing code after I complete certain milestones, every 3 milestones, refactor it or organize it so it looks better. So yeah, we'll do it that way. That sounds pretty good. Okay, so at this moment, I have index. I'm not going to put anything here. Maybe children or something. Like React Node or something. React Node. Maybe I have to import it to React. I don't really have anything at the moment. So we have this for index. Great. And then we'll just copy and paste this. Paste. And then we'll just rename this. Ooh, well, I guess I'll look into it. So the next one is going to be like show. Let me see this error. An error occurred while rendering. Check the component for specific moves. Cannot read undefined post create. Do I have? I keep seeing that. Cannot read properties of undefined post create. So do I have something called post create? Yes, I do. And that's the only thing it's talking about. Let me go back here to the post and see something. Let's see if I'm doing something incorrect. Route post ID. Where's post create? Post create. So it doesn't. What is it? I guess you need for the to even do post create. Oh, you wouldn't necessarily need. Huh. Maybe I'm doing something wrong in the web file. Let me look at post create. Why does it keep saying that? Let me see. New post create. And they're telling me Cannot read properties of undefined post create. Maybe it doesn't exist, and that's the reason why they're like, oh, how can you have post create when it doesn't exist? Is that what they're asking? I'm not entirely sure, but I'm going to ignore it for now. And once we get to that point, we'll start diving deep into that. At this moment, I'm going to try to create as many different pages for the user. So the index will list everything. The show will just obviously show it. The edit will you have the ability to edit. I think that's pretty much what all you need. You would need a index, a show, a create, and maybe an edit. Let me see, because the update and the store are just going to be the operations. The update, store, and destroy is going to be the operations to either create a new post or create a new instance of whatever the model is, update the instance, or destroy it. But I don't know. I think with edits, hold on a second. Okay, it just shows the form, update to specify resources and storage. Yeah, I'm actually correct with what I'm saying right now. So we just need, okay, so we need the create, the edit. So that's all we need. Okay, so we're going to copy this again, or just paste it again. And we're going to rename this, and we're going to call it create. And then we're going to paste again and have one call it edit. And then we will have this to be called show. Okay, save, go edit. This to be called create. We already have all these things. I also want to update the progress here. I'm going to update the progress here, and maybe I'll put create all React user pages, which I just did. And then I have, and I need to put user profile page. Maybe I should change it to I'll just say fill, create a basic UI for user create basic UI for user profile page. I'm going to edit it that way. So I'm actually going to, I constantly get this error for the post create, cannot read properties of it. I don't know. I feel like I should resolve this. Resources pages post index. And saying all this because I don't know what it means. Maybe it's just saying that it doesn't exist yet. But this doesn't exist either, so I don't understand why these are not giving errors. Time is up. In any case, so I was going to just do a quick commit of creating all React user pages. Then I was going to create like a basic UI for the user profile page, which will have a listing. At this moment, it'll just have a listing of all the different posts that are created. Because if you see here, there's several different authors or users who have different posts. And if I wanted to click on it, I want to show all the different posts that are related to that specific user for now. And then I'll start adding more to it. But yeah, that's all there is to it at the moment. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Have a good day.